Ever wonder how you build a top-tier university completely from scratch? One that could actually change the technological future of a whole country? Well, today we're diving into the amazing story of the Ghulam Ishaq Khan Institute. You probably know it as GIKI, one of Pakistan's absolute best engineering universities. Let's get into it.
I mean, think about that for a second. It's a huge question, right? Building something truly world-class isn't just about fancy buildings or a library full of books. Nope. It's about having a clear vision, a powerful mission, and just this relentless, unstoppable drive for excellence. And honestly, the story of GIKI is pretty much a masterclass in how it's done.
So, to really get what makes GIKI so important, we have to rewind a bit. We need to look at the problem it was originally created to solve. See, this was never about just building another university. It was a bold answer to a massive national challenge. Okay, picture this. It's the 1950s. Pakistan is still a young country, and it's relying on other nations for almost all of its tech needs. Ghulam Ishaq Khan, who was a major figure in the government, saw this as a fundamental weakness. I mean, think about it. How can a nation really be independent if it can't build its own future?
So the solution he came up with was, well, it was incredibly ambitious. The idea was that Pakistan had to create its own engine for innovation. It needed an institute that wouldn't just teach engineering, but would set a completely new standard, one that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the absolute best schools in the entire world. And that little seed of an idea, that's what would eventually grow into GIKI.
Now, an idea this huge doesn't just happen overnight. The journey from a concept to a full-fledged campus took decades. The real groundwork kicked off in 1988 when they created SOPRES, which is kind of the parent organization that oversaw the whole project. And then, finally, in 1993, that long-held vision became a reality when GIKI opened its doors and welcomed its very first class of students.
All right, so they built the campus, but what really makes the academic heart of GIKI tick? What's the secret sauce inside this engine of innovation? Let's take a look under the hood.
You know, the first thing that just jumps out at you is how incredibly forward-thinking their programs are. This is not your grandfather's engineering school. We're talking specializations in artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, cybersecurity. GIKI is laser-focused on the technologies that are defining our world right now. It's all about getting students ready for the future, not just for today.
But of course, a world-class education is so much more than what you learn in a lecture hall, right? It's about having the real-world tools you need to take those ideas and actually build something. And GIKI clearly got this from day one, because they invested a ton in resources that let students really experiment, create, and innovate.
And if you want to see that commitment and action, look no further than this number. GIKI's on-campus startup incubator, which is called The Catalyst, got a grant of 100 million Pakistani rupees. Now that's way more than just funding. That's a massive vote of confidence in their students' ability to create real, market-ready tech. It's a huge bet on their own people.
And for the really complex brain-melting problems, they've got this beast, a high-performance computing cluster. Just think of it as a supercomputer. This thing gives students and researchers an insane amount of number-crunching power for fields like AI, data modeling, and super complex simulations. Seriously, this is the kind of heavy-duty hardware you expect to find at places like MIT or Stanford.
Okay, so we've established the academics are top tier, and the tech is totally cutting edge. But what is it actually like to be a student there? Because a university is so much more than just classes. It's about the community you build.
This quote from the Institute itself, I think it really just says it all. The whole idea is that GIKI isn't just a place where you go to study, it's a community you become a part of. It's designed from the ground up to be this immersive experience where you're surrounded by ambitious people who are all pushing each other to be better. And the place where all this happens, it is absolutely spectacular. The campus is this huge 400-acre self-contained little world, nestled in this beautiful valley. So this isn't some university crammed onto a city block. No, it's a residential campus on purpose to create this really tight-knit community where your life and your learning are totally intertwined. And that community is just buzzing with stuff to do. The students find a real home away from home in the hostels. They can explore all their passions in over 20 different clubs for everything from robotics to drama, and they've got amazing sports facilities. And when you mix all of that with a super powerful alumni network, you get an experience that doesn't just shape your career, it really shapes your whole life.
So, we've got the vision, we've got the academic firepower, we've got the amazing community. But what's the result of all this? What's the real-world payoff of a GIKI education? Okay, this is where the story gets really, really good.
Let's start with some serious bragging rights.
According to the super-respected Times Higher Education Impact Rankings from 2021, GIKI was ranked #1 in all of Pakistan for quality education. I mean, that is a massive stamp of approval. It's proof that they actually achieved their founding mission.
But, rankings are one thing. They're just numbers on a page. The real test of a university, the ultimate proof of Ghulam Ishaq Khan's original vision, is what its graduates go on to do in the world.
And I mean, just look at this list. It is absolutely incredible. A co-inventor of Apple Pay, the founder of Overjet, which is a game-changing AI company. We've got senior leaders at Tesla, at Microsoft, at Amazon Web Services. This isn't just a list of successful people. This is a snapshot of GIKI's influence all across the globe. Its graduates are out there literally helping to lead the next wave of tech innovation. So when you really break it down, the story of GIKI is basically a playbook. It started with identifying a crucial national need. From there, they built a center of true academic excellence. Then, they nurtured a community of ambitious problem solvers. And the result? They produced graduates who are now leading and innovating all over the world.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final and pretty exciting question to think about. When you consider everything that GIKI graduates have already accomplished, from the payment system in your phone to revolutionary AI, you have to wonder, what comes next? What world-changing ideas are being cooked up on that 400-acre campus right now? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.